Hello students, today we will learn many things about this particular topic over here. That's resistance. Let us see it. So the different currents, why? This is the question in front of you. Okay, let me explain the scenario to you, and then this heading might make you more and more attracted. So you're in a science lab and you take a cell of 2 volts. Okay, and there are two copper wires. So let me draw a diagram, a small diagram. Just so this is a cell. Okay, this is a cell. This might not look at cell, but consider this as cell. So it has you have two wires, both are copper wires right now, and then you measure current through it. Okay, so let's say these are the two wires. You connect an ammeter to measure the current. Okay, an ammeter is a device with which you measure the current. Now, let's say the current in this setup is, let's say, 5 amperes. Okay, 5 amperes is actually a very large current. It is not possible by such a small cell to make this much huge current, but consider it for time being purposes. Now, you change the wires to zinc wires. Previously, you used copper wires. Now, you are using zinc wires. What will happen? Will the reading remain the same, 5 volt or 5 amperes? No, it will change. Even though you will use the same cell, it will change. Why is that so? It's because of this particular property which is in front of you. It's resistance. When an electric current flows through any conductor, the conductor offers some obstruction to this current, and that obstruction is called electrical resistance. Okay. Every material has its own electrical resistance, and this is the reason why different conductors give different current values. That is the reason behind this. Okay, so zinc and copper both have different resistances, and that is why they give different values of current. You can see in the formula. What is R? R is equal to V upon I. Okay, so since I is in the division, okay, I divides V. So now this resistance value will increase as I value will decrease. It's like that. Okay, if the current value is decreasing, then the resistance will automatically increase. It's inverse proportionality. I'll explain you this later in the next slide only. It is in front of you then. It is denoted by R, and the formula is R is equal to V upon I. So these are the STEM cards. Actually, the STEM cards, they give you many experimental setups, experiments to explain the concepts more easily. Okay, we will I have written this procedure, required materials, and all these in the future slides. We will refer to them. Okay, so let's experiment first. The same experiment which was given in that STEM card. You will require a small bulb. Then you'll require 4 pairs of copper wires of different thickness. You will require 1.5 volt cell, and you will require an electric tape. Okay, the only 4 things you'll require. And let's do the experiment now. Use the electric tape to connect the two ends of a pair of wires with bulb at one end and cell at another end. That is, you'll first make the connection. You will bulb, the bulb, you will attach the wires to it, and you will attach the battery and make the bulb glow. Okay, after glowing, now you change the pair of wires with different thickness. Okay, with different thickness of wires, you change it. What will happen now? What do you think? Let us see. So, result. What is the result? The intensity of light produced by a bulb changes when we change the thickness of wire. So, as we change the thickness of the wire, the intensity or the brightness of the bulb will increase or decrease. How is that so? Let us see. So, the brightness of bulb is directly proportional to the thickness of the wire used. Now, what is this directly proportional? What is directly proportional meaning? Okay, I'll explain you proportionality. Is when one value is dependent on another value in such a way that if that value increases, then other value also increases. That is called direct proportionality. For example, let's say speed. You are running, your speed is denoted by V, And as you are running and you're increasing your speed, as you increase your speed, your acceleration also increases. So at that time, I will say speed is directly proportional to your acceleration. As you are increasing your speed, your acceleration also increases. Okay, this is called direct proportional relationship. When both the values, your speed and acceleration, both increases. Okay, this is called directly proportionality. But when one value increases and one value decreases, that is called an inverse proportionality. There are many examples of it. I'll tell you examples like there are many examples like I said, like I mentioned right now, resistance and current. Take the same example. What is R? R is equal to V upon I. Correct? Resistance is voltage upon the current. This is the formula. So I can also write I can also write it like this. R is directly proportional to V and R is inversely proportional to I. Okay, what does that mean now? So as the voltage increases, resistance also increases. Okay, you can say it like that. When the current is constant. Those are other further complications, but I wanted to explain you this part. R is inversely proportional to sorry, R is inversely proportional to I. It means that when the resistance decreases, the current increases and vice versa. Okay, the current in the value increases. This I increases, or when I increases, resistance decreases. Whatever it is, if the two values in which one is increasing and one is decreasing, that is called inversely proportional. Okay, right now here we have directly proportionality. As the thickness increases, thickness of the wires increases, the resistance of that wire decreases. That is why the brightness increases. Okay, thicker the wire, the thicker the wire, the greater is the brightness, and vice versa. Because this happens because the resistance of thick wire is less than resistance of the thin wire. Okay, so the brightness, I'll denote brightness by B. Brightness is directly proportional to the thickness of wire. Correct? More thicker the wire is, more bright the bulb is, which is inversely proportional to the resistance. I hope you are not getting it. Resistance is inversely proportional to thickness. The more the thick, lesser is the resistance. Okay, this is what I wanted to tell you. Thickness, what is it? What is the thickness? The thickness of the thin wire or any wire is greater than the resistance of thick wire, because the thin wire has fewer electrons to carry the current. That is what happens. This is the thin wire over here. It does not have much space. Therefore, it has higher resistance among the electrons. Okay, electrons are very in a tight place. But since in the thick wire electrons have more space, there is very less resistance. Okay, that is the main thing. Remember this picture, it will tell you everything. That's it. Now, why tungsten? You know what is tungsten? Tungsten is that material which is used inside the bulb. Okay, inside the bulb to glow. So the filament used in electric bulb has to get heated up to a very high temperature in order to emit light. Correct? If a filament of low melting point is used, it will melt and the bulb will become useless. Correct? Now, what is the functioning of bulb? It is to light. Okay, to produce light. And if bulb does not produce light, then who will produce light? Hmm? So, uh, if that is the not the use of bulb, then bulb will become useless. Therefore, wires of high melting points are preferred, and tungsten has a very high melting point. Okay, tungsten has a very high melting point. It is used as filament in electric bulb. It has very high resistivity, so it does not burn easily at room temperature. So this is the property. This resistivity term is again different. You don't need to go in that much depth. Okay, so this is the end of this presentation. I hope you like it. Thank you.